you want to paint the narrative which you think turns immediately not from the attackers, but on the French society, which you would like to portray. I'm giving you my answer, so why don't you listen to it? That 12 people were massacred because European citizens asserted their right, which they have every right to do, to draw Mohammed just as they have the right to draw any other historical figure, which they believe in or don't believe in, it doesn't matter. They have that right.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are good. Guys, today we're going to be reacting to Aljazeera host tries to cancel Douglas Murray about Islam but gets destroyed instead. Guys, let's go right down to this.
Right. Okay, let's bring in our London guest into the discussion at this point. Do you think this attack will underscore the message of the far right in Europe, at least, of the incompatibility of Islam and the West, or Western values?
That's a pretty atrocious question, if I may say so. We're about 24 hours away from 12 people being gunned down in a newspaper office in the centre of Paris, in a European city, because they offended, allegedly, Islamic blasphemy laws which France, Britain and other European countries do not have and do not believe in and do not follow. And for you to turn the question immediately, not on the people who've been massacred because of asserting their rights as European French citizens, but onto the alleged terrible discrimination of the French is really quite despicable.
So I didn't ask you anything about discrimination of the French. Let me repeat the question.
You went straight on to the alleged backlash.
Let me ask you the question again in case you didn't understand it. Do you think this attack, we are in our news bulletins talking in more detail about the actual attack. What you were invited to discuss in this show are the implications of what might follow the attack. Will it underscore the message of those who say there is an incompatibility between Western values and Muslim values?
No, you want to paint the narrative which you think turns immediately not from the attackers, but on the French society, which you would like to portray. I'm giving you my answer, so why don't you listen to it? Which you would like to portray as somehow anti-Muslim or anti-Islamic or anything like this. Let's start from the fact that 12 people were massacred because European citizens asserted their right, which they have every right to do, to draw Mohammed just as they have the right to draw any other historical figure, which they believe in or don't believe in, it doesn't matter. They have that right. I don't think at this stage whether, a discussion of the far right in France or anything like that is really the point. The point is people were killed and gunned down for doing their job as journalists and cartoonists in a free society.
Okay, let's try with our guest joining us from France. Perhaps she would like to address the question. Do you think there is a message coming out of this, of the incompatibility of Muslim and Western values? It seems our guest in London doesn't want to tackle that. Perhaps you would.
I think that's what the killers would like us to believe. They're French. They were brought up in this country, and they made this choice to become what they've become. They've killed a policeman, for example, who was also from an Algerian background like them, French citizen as well. So I think this is not the issue, and this should never be the issue. This is the issue they want us to address, and they want to make that statement that there is an incompatibility between two worlds. I think they are extremists, and I think we should not let other extremists on the other side who believe that as well, like our extremists here from the right wing or extreme right wing, who believe that there is an incompatibility between an Islamic world and a Western world. I think we should never allow this question to be put.
All right, thank you very much. Douglas in London. No doubt there will be a lot of thought as to how policy should proceed going forward. What do you think the policy should be? What are the practical policy lessons learnt from this attack?
Well, there are no practical policy lessons learned. People are still mourning the dead and identifying bodies. The thing that is going to happen in the weeks and days ahead is that people are going to have a set of questions. The first will be obvious security questions, simply about how it was that two people were able to go into the office in Paris with Kalashnikovs and gun people down in cold blood. That will certainly be a part of it. There's a technical security discussion to be had. There's also a discussion about wider society and what its reaction should be and all that sort of thing. But really, the most febrile and important discussion at the moment is the one that the free press is having across Europe, which is whether or not they will stand up and retain the right to do what we in Europe and free peoples have the right to do, which is to draw what we like. And the key message from this really can't be emphasized enough, because you know, your guest in Doha is a cartoonist. He knows very well that he can't draw a cartoon of Muhammad there. Even if he wanted to, he wouldn't, because his life would be at great risk.
I wouldn't do that anyway, sir. No.
And one of the reasons,
you wouldn't do it.
Okay,
sir,
maybe it's not just because. Can I just finish my point?
Okay, finish your point. Then we'll give Khalid a chance.
If you are a Muslim, you may decide not to do that. However, in countries like Britain and France, most of us are not Muslims, and we do not believe in Muhammad as the founder of any faith that we follow. People are Christians, atheists, all sorts of things. You cannot expect, and this is the crucial thing, Muslims should not expect non-Muslims to abide by their own belief system.
Exactly.
You can yourself decide. You as a Muslim do not want to depict Muhammad. But the idea that is coming along in Europe at the moment is a growing idea that people who are not Muslims, who do not believe in Muhammad, who do not follow Islam, are also to be have to obey the rules of Islamic blasphemy. And in Europe at the moment, that is the big debate.
Guys, I completely agree with Douglas on this one, but let's start from the top. It's crazy I know I have reacted to something like this before, but it's crazy to actually think that extremists would kill innocent. I call them innocent because they are innocent. I mean, we live in a free society and it's allowed to criticize other people's religion, just as far as you're not doing it to mock them or anything of a sort. But like, why would you kill people just because they drew Muhammad? Why would you kill cartoonists for doing their job? Like, people make comics, people make cartoons of Buddhists, of Jesus Christ, and of different people's religion, and then you drawing Muhammad is like a crime. What so many Muslims don't get is the fact that everybody has their own belief, and you believe in Allah, I believe in Jesus Christ. We have different beliefs. We could outline our beliefs, and you see that what I can do, you may not be able to do it. One time I heard that they said music is haram. But guys, I don't know if that is true. But if it is, it's not for us. I mean, you're allowed to listen to music. I listen to music every day. Like, music is most definitely my life. It has a huge take on my life. Like, it calms me down. It makes me feel happy. It makes me feel peaceful. And like, so many things add to it. But like, what people don't get is you cannot force your beliefs on someone else. Like, I do not believe in Allah. Doesn't mean I'm going to disrespect your beliefs. I would respect your beliefs. It's just like you walk into this room and we all are making noise and you do not like noise. Then you come into the room and you're like, please, could you reduce your voice? Definitely, people would, like, based on your gesture, based on on you being polite, people will reduce their voice. Maybe because you want to read, rest, or just be there, people will reduce their voice. But you walk into the room and you were like, can you guys shut up? I want to read. Really, like, we would increase our voice, make sure we on a speaker and play music to the loudest volume. But so, like, the point I'm trying to make here is you cannot force your beliefs on somebody. You believe in this thing, fine. The least we can do is to respect those beliefs, but you can't impose them on us. It's not just possible. But guys, tell me what you think about this, because I have a lot to say, but like, I don't want to make the video too long. So please put out your comments in the comment section. Let's have our own little chit chat over there. Don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel. I love you guys.